Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today, as you can see from the title, we are going to be talking about the World Tournament reward cards, the Saiyaman 2 and Bojack, discussing whether they are worth the grind for those extra copies. So, as you see, this is the 25th World Tournament. We have the Bojack and the Saiyaman, and then we have the AGL Cooler getting an awakening from this World Tournament as well. Obviously, we'll do a separate video for him. Now, one of the things that has changed is they have now upgraded so that you only have to get into the top 20,000 to get a copy of the card, and obviously this time around you get two. Beforehand, it was the top 10,000 and you would get one, and now you get two. So if you're used to aiming for around the top 10k, you can now expect two copies instead of one. Top 2,000 gives you four. So obviously, ideally, you want to be aiming for the top 1,000 so you can get 5 copies, which of course allows you to open all of their paths. I think last time, due to the glitch, I managed to finish in the top 500 and so get 6 copies. And of course, finishing in the top 1,000 is where you start to get a whole bunch of orbs. I'm pretty sure that they haven't changed that. Right, yeah, it's up here. Yeah, top 2,000 you get no orbs. So top 1,000 is where you start to get orbs as a reward, and obviously, as we all know, orbs are pretty invaluable. You get some pretty ridiculous amounts as you start to get higher and higher up the tiers. So without further ado, let's go over the two units. So we've got Shining Gold Justice Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2. So strength types, Ki +2, HP attack and defense 50%. You're obviously never going to use him as a leader. His super attack is the Super Kamehameha, greatly raises attack for one turn, causes supreme damage. So he can hit reasonably hard because of the greatly raising attack, 50% attack boost. Now his passive skill, and the reason why I think he's worth going for, is Power to Stand United. Super class allies, Ki +2, attack and defense 30%. Extreme class enemies defense -50%. So he's a great support unit for your super team, and he also debuffs the extreme enemies a little bit. This might look familiar. I actually brought up the page. If we have a look, this is the Cell from the last World Tournament. He is exactly the same. He greatly raises attack and causes supreme damage. His leader skill is his type 2 Ki to 50%, and then his own type allies Ki +2, 30% stats, and the other type -50. So he is basically the same card, but the super version. And his link skills are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Prepared for Battle, and Kamehameha. All very common links on super teams. So I would say he is a unit that is definitely worth the grind for extra copies, just to improve his abilities as much as possible. Obviously, he's never going to hit hard. He is a support unit. So I would recommend, if you did get all the copies, or at least the bottom right and top left, so if you end up with 3 copies of him, he's a support unit, so I'd give him 15 dodge and then just put the rest in crit, just so that when he does hit, he does have the potential to do a little bit of extra damage. But if it makes it any clearer how good I feel this unit is, this Cell is basically exactly the same as we said, and I rainbowed this Cell and use him on my Android team. So this guy is great for super class teams. He's also very, very good for the Hybrid Saiyans team, because he is Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2, of which there is only one other unit, the physical one. So it's not like he is a unit like a Goten or a Trunks, where you're going to have to take out one of the units that you're probably already using on that team. The physical Saiyaman 2 is good, but he's definitely not in the top tier of units on that team. So it's definitely better to bring this guy as a support unit, because obviously Hybrid Saiyans, we all know, has key issues every now and then because of the weird spread of key links. So then we go on to the physical Bojack. And there's something about his art. It looks cool, but he's got so much hair like up in the air. But anyway, first form Bojack has never really had a good card. We've got the tech one from the barbershop, but he is not very good at all. So we've got Galactic Warrior of the Ravaged Universe Bojack, extreme physical, Ki +2, HP attack and defense 70%. So even though he gives 1 key less, he's actually probably a better leader for extreme physical than Nappa if you are low on options, simply because the card itself is probably better. Although I guess you'd probably run the Nappa on that team since he is a support unit. But anyway, super attack is the Grand Smasher, causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers defense. And then his passive skill, Pressure of an Evil Ki, Ki +2 and attack and defense 70%. raises attack by up to 50%. The more HP remaining, the greater attack boost. So if you're on full health, you'll be getting that full 50%. And then disables enemy's guard when performing a super attack. So that means that he doesn't suffer from type disadvantage. So if he super attacks an STR unit, they're going to take the same amount of damage as if he super attacked anyone else, apart from Int, where obviously he will do more damage. And then his links are very standard Bojack links. The Heraclan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, First for Conquest, Revival, which is actually a link that no other Bojack than the LR has, and the Wall Standing Tall. So that is one of the things that makes him very good. So if we look at the LR Bojack, apart from Legendary Power and Shattering the Limit, this Bojack has all the links that the LR has. And you got to bear in mind, so obviously he's not going to have one for a while because he's only just coming out now, but all of the World Tournament units do eventually get Awakenings, which means that at some point this guy will get an Awakening. It could be months from now, but he will get an Awakening and then he will pick up Shattering the Limit, so he'll have an extra 2 key link to share with the LR. And I brought this guy up just to compare. This is currently the best link partner for the LR Bojack, unless you have a copy of the TUR from the LR, but obviously that involves pulling the LR multiple times, which not everyone's going to do. So this guy was the best link partner. He doesn't have Revival, but he has Shattering the Limit, which, as they are both 2 key links, they are essentially exactly the same in terms of linking with the LR. The only difference is this guy, strangely enough, is actually better. So he gives himself 2 key, so he's a little bit more self-sufficient. So you can manipulate those orbs a little bit so that you can get more key for LR Bojack. Also, someone on Reddit did the calculations, and as this guy hits harder than the TUR. Even though this guy's got 20 levels on him, this guy will hit harder. Now, the other thing that makes him very useful, in my opinion, is if you're using him on Resurrected Warriors or movie bosses alongside the LR Bojack, when you come up against a physical enemy, obviously the LR Bojack would have type disadvantage, and he's going to do less damage, especially if, like me, you don't have any dupes in your LR Bojack, so he can't crit. So against a physical enemy, the LR Bojack is not going to do as much damage. Whereas if you put this guy in the first slot, super attack with him, he disables the enemy's guard, and then the LR Bojack will hit as though he had neutral typing against a physical enemy. So he's even better because obviously the AGL doesn't do that. So this guy can hit harder, and he can actually make the LR Bojack hit harder. So I think it's pretty clear from the way we've discussed them so far that I would definitely say that both of these units are absolutely worth the grind. Obviously it depends how much time you have to spare, how much you can actually grind the World Tournament, but as usual I will be aiming for the top 1000 just to get the 5 copies and a whole bunch of orbs. It would be nice if I could get higher than that, but obviously once you get towards the end it becomes super grindy and you end up using more stones than the World Tournament actually gives you in prizes in order to stay that high. And with the movie banners right around the corner, that is definitely something to keep in mind, that grinding the World Tournament to get as high as you possibly can is going to end up costing you a few stones that you could be putting towards the movie banners. So that is definitely something to bear in mind, but I would say that both of these units are absolutely worth the grind. Bojack, I guess if you don't have LR Bojack, then maybe not so much, but obviously you get both of them. So if you have a solid super team or a pretty solid hybrid Saiyans team, definitely worth going for the Gohan. And then of course you get the Bojacks anyway, and who knows, you might pull LR Bojack randomly off of a banner, and then you're already going to have this guy good to go. I will, as long as I can get the 5 copies of it, I will probably rainbow this guy to run alongside the LR. So of course we will do separate showcase videos for the units actually in game once the rewards have been dropped, and yeah, we get to see how they perform in game. But obviously we have seen a little bit, we've seen a little bit of this guy on JP at least, whereas the Bojack, that's the other thing, he is global exclusive. So when we get our World Tournament rewards and we get this guy, no one else has him. So funnily enough, apparently his super attack quote is one of LR Bojack's ones, but they've just highlighted the Oh no, it's the same. It's exactly the same. He has the same super attack quote as the LR18 key. Well, there you go. But anyway, let me know in the comments, guys, what you are planning to do. Are you planning to go hard? Are you just going to do all the missions to get the set rewards and then leave it at that? I know I've already seen... I woke up late today because I'm on nights for the next couple of days, so I've only just started, and I've already seen people like Shadow, I think, is already in the top 100. So, yeah. So let me know what you're planning to do. Let me know if you're going to rainbow these guys and if you're excited to see them. I always like it when we do get global exclusives a little bit because, you know, he'll be on JP probably by the next World Tournament, but, you know, it's nice to have something for a little bit, so... Anyway, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe for more regular Dokkan Battle content. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.